everyone, it's Clarice and today I'm going to be recommending some books for non-readers. I know most of us just want everyone to read. I want everyone to read, but unfortunately, not everyone's going to be the reading type. And while I don't expect the common person to be into reading classics or epic high fantasy, I do think there's some books that pretty much anyone could enjoy, even the people that don't actually like to read. There are also certain books that I think would be very good starting places for anyone that does want to start getting into reading. And today, I'm going to be recommending those books. All of these books that I'm recommending are going to have a few things in common. They're all pretty gender neutral, so I think guys and girls alike would both enjoy these types of books. And they're also going to be really fast-paced books that are pretty easy to read and quick to read. So anyway, my first recommendation is a book that I love and a book that I probably mentioned too much. But it's also the easiest book for me to recommend to pretty much anyone. And that book is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. It's a book that centers around this virtual reality world. And I picked this book because for people that don't like words and they prefer pictures, this book doesn't actually have pictures, but it's one of those books that while you're reading it, it's very, very easy to visualize. So I felt like the visual part of my brain was also very, very satisfied while I was reading this book. And also, like I said, it's an easy book to recommend because I feel like it has elements in it that many people could really enjoy. It's very action-packed, so people that like action would enjoy it. It referenced many video games and also felt like a video game while I was reading it, so video game nerds would love it too. And it also referenced a lot of 80s pop culture, so people that are into pop culture can also relate to this book. And overall, it's just a really good story, and I think anyone can appreciate a good story. My next recommendation is kind of a format rather than an actual book. Because if you're getting into reading and you really do have difficulty reading just words, I think it's good to try reading graphic novels. In particular, today I'm going to be recommending Why the Last Man by Brian K. Vaughan. I've only read the first 2 books and it's already pretty amazing. But generally, it's a story about a world where all the men have died, and by men that means humans and animals alike, all except the main character Yorick and his monkey Ampersand. The series is really addicting, really fast-paced, has a lot of action, and generally is just a pretty solid graphic novel series. The next one I'm recommending is pretty obvious because it's a series that got a lot of people into reading and one that I think people of all ages would enjoy reading, and that is the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. And I'm recommending this because it's Harry Potter, and also because it has this world that is just so easy for you to lose yourself in. And like I've been saying with some of these other books, it's just basically good storytelling. It's just a solid story overall. I don't think you need to be into reading to appreciate a good story. The next series I'm recommending is another one that I feel got a lot of people into reading, and that is the Hunger Games Trilogy by Suzanne Collins. It's just so action-packed and so fast-paced that it's so hard to not get addicted while you're reading it. And it's so hard to not get excited by the whole story while you're reading it. And my last recommendation is the Revenants Trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. As of right now, only these 2 books and a novella are out, but the 3rd book is coming out next year. It's really action-packed and really fast-paced, and in many times it's also really funny. I don't know anyone that doesn't like funny things. And as with Ready Player One, these were also books that were really easy to visualize. I just feel like it's something that makes it very easy for people who don't like just words to read actual words, because when a story is written in a way that it's very easy to visualize in your head, then those words in a way turn into pictures. And also a lot of people are into superhero stories now, and this is kind of a superhero story. It's a world where people suddenly get these powers, but then these people also turn really violent and selfish. I wouldn't call them superheroes by any means, but again, action-packed, easy to visualize, fast-paced, funny, just overall really good books to start with. So those are some books that I would recommend to people who may not be so into reading. If you have any more recommendations, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Let's just try to get as many people into reading as possible. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!